First, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
And hello, welcome everyone back to Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Nibbler, live here in our Fox 12 Oregon newsroom. We're here every weekday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. and we bring you a lot of coverage of a lot of segments, but one thing we can do is bring you breaking news as well, and that's what we're talking about right now. Reports of a fire on Hayden Island there in North Portland.
First,
and we are going to go ahead and bring you live now from On Location. We've got Abby Davis joining us, and Abby, good to have you on here. To join us for this, you know, this is one of the things that we're able to do is bring our reporters out as they're on the scene. And can you tell us just a little bit about where you're at and what it is that's happening there behind you?
Yeah, well, thankfully the situation is all under control here. We're right off I-5 on North Hayden Island Drive at this hotel here at the Holiday Inn. Now that fire engine just left. Again, I said things are under control, but just about 30 minutes ago there were several engines, several fire trucks. There are still some behind that engine that you can see. Now they were called a couple of hours ago. An initial report came in for a fire in the wall of a room on the third floor of that building there. When crews arrived, a lieutenant with Portland Fire and Rescue says they saw some smoke coming from the roof, so their crews investigated, and they eventually found that the fire had actually started on the second floor in a room. Some crews were doing some plumbing work there with a torch, and the fire extended all the way from the second floor through the third floor, and then onto the fourth floor into the roof space, where they found some, quote, heavy fire up in the attic there. Now, at that point, they called in a second alarm to get more resources on the scene, just in case they needed them. They said thankfully they really did not, but they said they like to be proactive about those things since situations like this can really escalate if they're in spaces with a lot of kind of void areas there, is what the lieutenant said. So thankfully, again, they didn't really end up needing all of those resources, but they had them here just in case, in place if the fire got out of control. But again, they got they got the fire. You know, it was extinguished fairly quickly here. Now, I did talk to several people, and they really weren't worried. You know, a couple people, they had to get different rooms because they were in the wing where all of this was unfolding. And they said it was an inconvenience, but not too big of one. And they were just glad that the firefighters were able to get things under control so quickly, that nobody was injured, so on and so forth. So again, not too big of worries from people here who are staying here, and people just again reiterated how much they enjoy staying at this Holiday Inn, and again just are grateful things you know, didn't turn out worse. So of course we'll have a full recap coming up here shortly on our later shows.
Yeah, that's definitely, you know, good that they got that under control so quick. I would think going from the second floor all the way up to the roof, that certainly sounds like something that could be, you know, a lot worse. But if they don't seem to be too worried over there, so that's good. Yeah, I do wonder about the structural damage to something like that.
Yeah, well, right now they said they are dealing with some water damage since the sprinkler systems went off, and obviously all the water from the fire hoses and whatnot, and also just kind of assessing the smoke damage and the ventilation and so on, and that's really why they did move some people to the other side of the hotel just to make sure everything is okay. So it seems like they'll be here for, you know, maybe a couple more hours. Again, a lot of people have left, but yeah, people will continue to assess the water damage and the smoke and the ventilation and all of the aftermath that comes with the fire like this.
All right, well, Abby, thank you for being out there to give us that report. I mean, this sounds like kind of the best of all situations there as far as they have it under control, nobody's hurt, and some smoke damage, and we'll see what happens there with the rest of it. But yeah, there are a lot of people that stay at that Holiday Inn. I've been to conventions there myself, so I know it's a pretty popular spot there on Hayden Island. But good to hear all of that, and I'm sure we'll get more here too as you talk to everybody that's going on there, talk to everybody about what's going on there. But Abby, thanks for joining us here on Fox 12 Now. Really appreciate your time joining us here.
Okay, thank you.